Mr. Johnson, and is it is there opposing counsel on this case, or are the defendants?
Yeah, that would be me, Your Honor. Sorry, Jennifer Gray.
Hi, Ms. Gray. It's Tammy Odom, Judge Cooney's court recorder.
Good morning. Yes, we're here. And then over on Kieran Goodman is my client, Gabrielle Holman Robinson.
Okay, and let me look here. Okay, I'm going to change that name if I can here. Why is that not? Oh, I'm in the wrong screen. Hang on. Rename. It's not doing it. Huh. Oh, yeah, it is. Here we go. I'm sorry. What is her name again? And if you could spell it for me.
Gabrielle. Gabrielle.
Okay.
Holman, Homan.
Okay, so I just changed that. Okay, and do you guys need a breakout room, or is it going to be a hearing today, or?
If we could have a breakout room, I think we have a pretrial. We still don't have an answer to the counterclaim in this case, procedurally.
Okay. All right.
That would be fine.
All right, let me get you guys in a breakout room.
Wonderful, thank you.
You're welcome, thank you. Okay, there you go.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
Gabrielle, if you can see the screen, there'll be a breakout room, an invitation to join.
I didn't put your defendant in there. Your client.
Okay, that's fine. I'll just talk to Matthias then. Thank you. I'll be right back.
Okay, you're welcome. Yep. Good morning, Mr. Lynch. Looks like you guys are up second today. So it's Schmidt-Rogers case. What's happening on that case? And are the defendants improper, and are they here?
I believe the defendants, the Clarks, are here. Is that correct?
Yes, we are.
Yep, I see them.
I've had an indication from my client that they might be in the process of moving out.
Yes, we are.
Yes, correct.
If that is the case, we'd probably just ask for an adjournment of this matter until they can get moved out, and hopefully we can dismiss this case.
Sounds good.
Great.
Did you need a breakout room when they come, when the other parties are done, or do you think you want to just do it on the record with the judge? It's probably something you could do on the.
Let me see if I can get a hold of my clients. They had indicated to me, Schmidt-Rogers, that was what they had wanted to do, but if we'll see which happens first. If we get the breakout room.
Okay. Okay. All right. Yeah, that sounds good, because it looks like, yeah, we'll see what happens first. Oh, looks like there's a breakout room available.
It does.
All right. Let me, close those. And like that. Okay, let me put you in that breakout room then, Mr. Lynch.
Thank you.
And is it Mr. and Mrs. Clark?
Yes. Yes, ma'am.
Okay, yeah. I'm gonna put you in a breakout room. You'll have to accept the invitation, okay? You're gonna go in and talk to Mr. Lynch.
All right, thank you.
You're welcome, thank you. All right, there you go. Mr. Johnson and Ms. Gray, what's going on then from here on your case?
I think today we would like to do a pretrial and set this for an evidentiary hearing, allow the time for the pleadings to get in and a little bit of discovery, and that's it.
Okay. All right, I'll let the judge know.
We're hopeful that we won't need the hearing, but.
Yes.
Oh, well, that's okay. All right, we'll get it on the docket anyways, just in case. That'd be great.
Thank you.
You're welcome. We'll be back. I'll get the judge in 1 second. I just want to talk to, is there, and let's see, a Meredith here?
Yes.
Yep, I see a Mr. Meredith. Hi.
Aye.
And is the opposing party Mr. Hartung?
Yes.
Okay, so you're both here. You're both unrepresented.
Yes.
All right. Is there a resolution to this matter? Have you been able to speak, or will you need a breakout room to speak? What's going to happen today?
We just spoke, and there's a possible resolution. I'm just not familiar with any enforcement if the resolution doesn't happen and how that process would work.
Yep. So what you'll do is when the judge comes on the bench and we call your case, you're going to let him know exactly that, and he'll answer your questions. He'll help you out with that.
Great.
Okay. And thank you very much for all the work you've done on your case. It looks like, okay, I'm going to go grab the judge and see if we can't start with our first case, and we'll go down the line. Okay, judge will be right out, and we'll take the heirs case first.
Okay, thank you.
You're
and
welcome.
Gabrielle, if you could unmute yourself and when the judge comes out. There he is. Thank you.
All right, good morning. We're going to start with heirs investment properties versus Gabriel Holman, and Mr. Johnson is here on behalf of the plaintiffs, and Ms. Gray is here on behalf of defendant. So it's my understanding you've been in a breakout room with Mr. Johnson, Ms. Gray, and what's the outcome of that?
At this point that we are going to do a pretrial and allow them to file an answer to our counterclaim. And then we would like about, 30 days or less for discovery, and then just set it for hearing is right after the 30 days. And we are hopeful for settlement in that time period, but we'll go ahead and take the hearing anyways.
Okay, does that sound okay, Mr. Johnson?
We would just be asking for this to be set for hearing as soon as the court's docket would allow. If Ms. Gray serves me with some discovery, we'll get that out to her within 2 days. So.
Okay. If there's no objection, then let's go ahead and allow the 30-day period for discovery, filing of any counterclaims or answers. And do the parties believe that some sort of mediation would be helpful?
I don't think so, Your Honor.
Ms. Gray?
No, I unfortunately, I don't think so. I think Matthias and I, if there is a settlement, I do believe that he and I will work together to achieve it. We have a good relationship that way.
Okay, well, that sounds positive anyway. So let's see, let's pick a date then, about 30, a little over 30 days out.
All right. So that's going to be the 19th, actually. So it's a bit over 30 days, but that's our next civil day, July 19th. Oh, wait. Yeah. For over 30 days.
That is our next civil day?
If
Okay.
we're going into July for the 30 days, it's going to
Okay.
fall on, because the next date would be our holiday. So it's the 19th.
All right, is that going to work for you, Mr. Johnson, Mrs. Gray?
Yes, I am available.
Obviously further than we'd hoped, but we are available on that day.
Okay, well, I think there's a problem because of the holiday in there, and that's the reason for it being scheduled out further. That'll be at 10 o'clock. And let's see. If there's nothing else, then we're all set for today then.
Thank you, Your Honor.
Okay, wonderful. Thank you so much, Your Honor.
All right, thank you.
All right, Gabrielle, you can disconnect then.
All right, let's go to Alan Meredith versus Kristen Hartung. That's filed 21708 4LT1. And let's see, Mr. Meredith, are you able to hear okay?
Yeah, I hear you. I hear you fine.
Oh, okay. And Ms. Hartung, you're able to hear as well? Oh, I'm
yeah.
sorry.
Yeah, my wife and I are both in regards to this. I have an infant, so she's caring for my infant right now. I'm here. Rick,
Okay. And I'm sorry, that's Rick Hartug.
correct.
Okay. And it's my understanding that the two of you have some agreement as far as a move-out date. Is that true, Mr. Meredith?
Rick was just telling me before we started that he plans on being out a week from today on Monday. But I'm unclear on how this process works if that doesn't take place.
Okay, is that correct, Mr. Hartung? You're planning on being out by within 7 days then?
Correct. Yeah. We'll actually be out of the house. Leaving town Monday.
So it sounds like you've secured other housing then in a different town?
Correct. I'm actually relocating out of state only because of the housing issue in our town. Unfortunately, I was not able to secure housing here. So I had to acquire a job out of state and secured that. So I have a moving truck coming Friday, and we'll be vacated no later than very early Monday morning.
Okay. Well, this is the way it works, Mr. Meredith, is I can only sign well, I suppose I could sign a consent judgment that would change the move out date to Monday. You said Monday, Mr. Hartung?
Correct.
Okay, so you're moving out on Monday.
We'll be packed up, but I'm actually leaving out of state. We're planning on leaving very early Monday morning. So actually all my belongings and stuff will be out of the house Sunday, but the moving truck will still be there until, I think we're leaving 4 a.m. Monday morning.
Okay. Well, Mr. Meredith, this is the thing. If Mr. Hartung were disputing the possession, the best I could do is to have him move out within 10 days. That's what the law allows. So he's actually going to be out sooner than that. And it sounds like he's got definite plans for that. He's got the moving truck all lined up. So as far as enforcement goes, what we could do is you could enter into a consent judgment today with Mr. Hartung with that move out date. I suppose if you agree to it, and then if he's not out, you'd be able to request an eviction order, which would allow a court officer to assist you with removing Mr. Hartung, but it sounds like that's not even going to be a problem. So does that make sense to you, Mr. Meredith?
Yeah, perfect.
Okay. All right. So that's what we'll do is we'll make this a consent judgment. Is there a request for money damages, Mr. Meredith, for past due rent?
I haven't accepted any payment from him for May or June because of I didn't want the lease to go into a month to month at that point. So I'm not sure how the process works to get paid for May and half of June.
Okay, let me take a look here. Well, it looks like you've only filed for an eviction, not a money judgment.
Okay.
So, Mr. Hartung, are you able and willing to pay for whatever the rent due is, minus any security deposits?
Yes. I talked with Mr. Meredith in the past. I'm not looking to run and not make it honest with him. And I understood not paying him up front because of his concern with changing month to month. But I can definitely take care of him. I can send payment out to him and get that resolved.
All right. Well, because there's been no request for a money judgment, that'll be a personal agreement between the two of you as far as the dollar amount. It sounds like Mr. Hartung was able and willing to pay the whole time, but Mr. Meredith didn't want this to turn into something he didn't expect, a month-to-month lease. So if for some reason you were not able to collect what you believe is the proper amount, Mr. Meredith, you can always file a small claims action to recover. But for now, what I can do is, again, this will be a consent judgment indicating that you have the right to recover the property, and you can apply for an order evicting the defendant if they are not out by, what's Monday, Ms. Odom?
The 14th. For
Okay,
next
so
week,
it'd be the 15th. So June 15, 2021. Does that sound acceptable to both parties?
Yes, Your Honor.
Yeah. Yes, sir.
All right, so I am signing the order. You'll get a copy of that, and it'll also be filed with the court clerk. I also need to explain to you, Mr. Hartung, that if for some reason you were to decide this was a bad deal, I don't know, maybe you talked to an attorney or whatever, because you're unrepresented by an attorney today, I need to advise you, you do have a right to rescind the agreement within the next 3 days. So you'd have to let the court know by, let's see, Thursday sometime that you were having a change of heart, okay?
Okay. That won't happen. everything's kind of set in stone at this point. So I appreciate
sounds like it. Okay, so we're all set for today then, unless there's anything else for you, Mr. Meredith or Mr. Hartung.
No, sir.
that is it.
Okay,
Just wanted to,
feel free to sign off.
okay, thank you.
Oh, go ahead.
Oh,
Okay,
I told Meredith that I will be in contact with him today in regards to the money payment.
Sounds great. Thanks, Rick.
Thank you very much.
okay, thank you both. All right, let's go to Schmidt Rogers Management versus Marta and Lawrence Clark. And Mr. Lynch is here on behalf of Schmidt Rogers. And let's see, the Clarks are, you're not represented, correct?
No, sir.
Okay. All right, so I know you've been in a breakout room with Mr. Lynch this morning. And Mr. Lynch, is there anything to report from your discussions with the Clarks this morning?
Yes, Your Honor, there is. Thank you. Your Honor, I've had a chance to speak with the Clarks and with my clients separately. It looks like they are in the process of securing another residence and a home to move out. Rather than hopefully get them in a judgment situation, I understand that this is our first appearance here. We'd like to mutually agree to an adjournment to the next civil calendar date with the hopes that they can secure new housing and move in that period of time and avoid a judgment. However, we would like to keep this on the docket, of course, in case that does not happen. And I've explained to the Clarks that this would be also their one-time adjournment to seek legal counsel if they are unable to move in that period of time, and that we would be going forward with the matter at the next hearing.
Okay, well, Mr. and Mrs. Clark, you understand that what Mr. Lynch has told you is accurate. We'll move this to the next date, but this is the time to seek any legal counsel, or if you're struggling to make ends meet at this time, also. There are some resources out there in the community as well. Although this isn't an eviction for past due rent, I notice. It's simply to recover possession of the property. So I don't want to add that element to it, except that I do want to mention that there are some resources out there if that's the issue. But anyhow, what's the next civil date that we've got, Ms. Odom?
June 21st.
Okay, so June 21st. And the way this works is, as Mr. Lynch indicated, on that date, it'll be set for a hearing. And if I don't know how I would decide the case because I haven't heard the proofs, but if Mr. Lynch and Schmidt Rogers were to prevail, you'd have 10 days from the 21st to move out of the premises, or I'd have to issue an eviction order if that's what Schmidt Rogers wants to do. Okay. So I'm letting you know that's the kind of the time frame we're dealing with. That would put you out to the end of June, the 31st. And it's far better not to have an eviction order because it makes it more difficult to get housing in the future also. So keep that in mind. If there's some way to work this out with Schmidt Rogers, that's definitely preferable, and hopefully you'll find something and it won't be a problem. But But we're going to go ahead and schedule this out to the 21st, again at 10 o'clock. And let's see. If we are going to have a hearing, be aware that that you should, if you want to have legal representation, they need to be there for that hearing. And you need to be prepared to present any proofs, including presenting any documents that you might have, that sort of thing. Typically, you'd get those to the court ahead of the hearing so I can look at them because of the Zoom factor in this. So just be ready, and you could also call any witnesses besides yourselves if there's a witness that's important. So that's it anyway for today. Unless there's anything else for you, Mr. Lynch?
None at all. Thank you, Your Honor.
Okay. Or the clerks, any concerns?
No, we have no concerns, Your Honor. Thank you very much.
Okay, thank you, and we'll see you back on the 21st.
All right.
Thank you, Your Honor.
Thank you.
Feel free to, thank you. Feel free to sign up. Do you want to get a pretrial order together then?
Sure.
So, okay. All right, we'll be adjourned until our 3 o'clock.
Was that
Okay.
pre-trial was on airs? Yeah.